is Ruben, and this is Ship Stories number 36. The Dutchman's log. What was he wearing now? A Dutch flag. In a skirt. No, I don't wear skirts normally. But today, in a historic element, as we have been treating a lot of historic topics lately in my videos, today in number 35, the Dutchman's log. What does that mean? Well, that was a way of measuring speed of vessels back in the days. So what would sailors do is they would take a piece of wood, throw it off the vessel's bow, and then measure the time it would take to float past, and when it ended at the stern, that amount of time would determine the speed. But of course that was not a very reliable way of measuring speed of a vessel. So at the end of the 16th century, they used a chip log, which was a long rope and a piece of wood with lead, and in that rope there was on uniform intervals there were knots, just tied knots. Actually every 14.4 meters or 47 feet and 3 inches there was a knot, and they would throw this piece of wood with lead off the sailing vessel and measure during 28 seconds with an hourglass, not a watch of course. And during that time interval, the amount of knots that were wheeled off the roll would be the amount of knots that determined the speed. And actually 1 knot means 1 nautical mile per hour. So when we say 10 knots, the vessel is going at 10 knots means 10 miles per hour. And with that said, you can see how innovation goes. It starts with a simple act and it evolves. And today it's used. And last week it was great. I got a lot of comments on the post about the Liberty ships. And actually someone reached out and said, did you know that they used Victolic couplings for pipes to couple pipes on board those ships? Some are still in in the ships that survived and still work today. And that also helped to speed up the production of those ships. And staying with Dutch, I mentioned last week the webinar on the 17th of the KNVTS Amsterdam. I have to say that has been postponed a week further to the 24th of March, and it's a Dutch invention. Hans Broekhuis is going to explain about foldable containers. Again, based on a basic idea, the invention of containers now developed into a foldable container. A very smart idea to stack containers, 4 of them. So 4-fold containers is the company, and he's going to explain how you can reduce a lot of space with empty containers by folding them. So with that said, I want to finalize this video saying that simple ideas can develop into new innovations and things that are very smart to use. Thank you for joining me. See you next week. Bye bye.